Are you concerned about falling? In the next year, 1 in 4 seniors will experience a fall. Do not allow yourself to become a statistic. Tai Chi is proven to reduce your fall risk by 58%. Classes for all abilities are available throughout DuPage County. Tai Chi, exercise for life, exercise for you.
Bring your hands up and gently tap just below the collarbone. Hola, ¿cómo está? Sí, gracias. Middle of the sternum. It's Bill, 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 Ben. Bill and Ben. Side of the ribs. My neighbors just brought my gnomes out to take class with me. Oh. Oh, there. And loose and relax. Swing your arms. Ben's not in the picture. There we go. There we go. So I am on the lookout for a gnome with a yellow hat. If anybody ever comes across a gnome with a yellow hat, or a white hat, or a blue hat. Sam asked the question just before we started about my going up to Minnesota again. And yes, I can't remember the dates, but Ramona and I have arranged a date for me to come up in a weekend in May of 2021 to teach a weekend seminar for you guys. And I'm looking forward to getting up there to you again. Allow your arms to come to a rest. Turn your waist to let your arms swing on the rock. Loose and relax. Bring the back hand in, small the back on the opposite side. Front hand taps inside the shoulder. Take the hands out, return to just the waist. Bring your waist to a rest. And take your head to one shoulder, roll it down around to the shoulder. And without tilting it back, bring it across the back. Exhale as you go around. Inhale across. Exhale. Inhale. And try and stay on your feet. One more. Change direction, head to the shoulder. Roll it down around to the shoulder without tilting it back across. Exhale as we go around. Inhale across. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Bend your knees, let your arms hang down, roll your change direction. One more. Straighten up. Rub your hands together. Rest. Forearms. Elbows. Interlace your fingers. Roll your wrists around. Change direction. Push one wrist up and then the other. Nod your wrist. Rub the palms. The palms, your palms. Hands on the small of your back. Keep your head still, your head upright. Circle your way. One more. Change direction. One more. Bring your feet as close together, or if you choose, you can bring your feet closer together. And circle your tailbone. Change direction. One more. Bring your feet as close together as you're safe and comfortable. Rub your palms. Rub your knees. Pat your knees. Rest your hands above your knees. Bend and straighten. One more. Straighten up. Take one foot, rotate your ankle. Change direction. Good, tap the ball of foot. Change feet. Rotate your ankle. Change direction. Tap the ball of foot. Bring yourself to shoulder width apart, toes straight forwards, back up straight, head up tall. Knees a little relaxed, arms relaxed at your sides. And get ready for ringing the temple bell to start our week off. Inhale, swing your arm up to the sides, palms come together. Exhale, pull down. Rest in front of the chest as you contemplate your reasons for entering this space. Remember, this may just be a special place for you, a sacred place. It may be a temple, a church, a synagogue, a mosque. You can bring into this exercise any belief that you choose. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward, turn your thumbs down, palms out. Inhale, open the first door. Palms up at the smaller back. Exhale, bring forward your first offering. Sink your weight down. And take this time to reflect on what you have to offer. What you have to offer to yourself, to your family, to your friends, your community, your country. What do you have to offer the world? Inhale. Exhale, place that offering down. Inhale, reach up, cross the first bell rope. Exhale, pull to the face. Bend at the waist, take it between the knees. Inhale to the face. Straighten. Let go. Exhale, pull down to the chest. And rest here one more time as you contemplate your reasons for entering the second door. So you may find that the reasons are different. You may find that you go deeper with your reason. Or maybe you just consolidate your reason. It's all good. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward, thumbs down. Inhale, open the second door. Exhale, bring forward your second offering. Sink your weight down. Again, reflect on what you have to offer. You may just be going deeper with your thoughts from the first time. Or you may have the realization that you have more to offer than you first thought. Inhale. Exhale, place your second offering down. Inhale, reach up, grasp the second bell rope. Exhale to the face, waist, knees. Weight and face, waist, let go. Exhale, pull down. Breathe and contemplate your reasons for entering the third door. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, open the third door. Exhale, bring forward your third offering. Sink your weight down. And once again, reflect on what you have to offer. Inhale. Exhale, place that offering down. Inhale, reach up, grasp the third bell rope. Exhale, face, waist, knees, face, waist, let go. Exhale, pull down. And now that you're in your space, take a minute to think about how you're going to use the things that you have to offer. Or whatever just comes to mind. Inhale, exhale, let go. The next part of our journey through the organs Um, Last week, we finished with autumn, the metal phase, the lungs, and the large intestine. And so now we move into winter and water, the water phase. And the water phase is indicated by the color blue or black. Think of the dark of winter, or the generalization of water being a blue color. And so we have the kidneys as the yin organ. We have the urinary bladder as the yang organ. And so you can see the connection between the kidneys and the bladder from the Western standpoint. The emotions that our kidney is associated with, congenitally, the emotions that we're born with, are wisdom and confidence. That wisdom and confidence is overwhelmed through the toxic emotions that we acquire through the 5 thieves. And for the kidneys, that is fear, insecurity, and loneliness. And this year has been a particularly difficult time for the kidneys because of this fear and this insecurity and the loneliness that's going on. And so one of the big fears that we have is the fear of the unknown. And the information that's been coming out this year has been, it's been all over the place, so that people don't really know what the actual truth is. And so there is this deep-rooted fear at the moment because of the unknown, because we don't really know what the truth is. Is it this? Is it that? Do masks work? Don't masks work? Should we isolate? Should we not isolate? Should we shut down? There is so much misinformation going out there. It's been causing this insecurity because people don't know what is going on. The other big aspect for a huge amount of people, particularly our senior population, and particularly the senior population that are living in facilities, and a lot of people, especially in nursing care, in assisted living, and in memory care, have all been isolated in their rooms for what is over 6 months now. And that is causing a huge amount of loneliness. And social interaction is actually more important for your longevity than exercise is. It is, breathing, water, sleep, food. It is, so socialization is actually the 5th most important activity that we should have in our lives. And exercise is the 6th, okay? So exercise is hugely good for us. However, if you want to live a long life, you have to have social interaction. Now, there are people who do enjoy being on their own, and so for some people it is a little bit different, okay? But in general, with the majority of people, we want and need social interaction. And so many people are being shut away in their rooms because the facilities are scared of them catching COVID and becoming ill. And sorry to say, but they're thinking about the liability aspect of that, that if they allow people to come out of their rooms and somebody catches COVID, it's going to go through the whole place and people are going to be dying. But the thing is that people are going to be dying because they're lonely, because they don't have this interaction with people. And knowing that, that's one of the reasons that I started the very second week of this pandemic with my social time every Tuesday and Thursday night, because I knew people would be craving that social interaction. And so I put that out there so that people could at least socialize online, if not in person. Okay? So fear, insecurity, and loneliness are the toxic emotions that affect the kidneys. And so you can think one of the things that happens is if you're in a fearful situation, is that you pee yourself, is that a lot of people lose control of their urinary bladder. And that's the connection, part of the connection between the kidneys and the urinary bladder. The kidney is overwhelmed with fear. It can't help and support the urinary bladder, so the urinary bladder loses control and you pee yourself. Okay? In Shibashi, in the 18th form, the two exercises that we do for the urinary bladder and for the kidneys are look up at the moon and pushing palms. So look up at the moon is an interesting one in the 18 form because it is the only one that has twisting in it. And when you look up at the moon, the goal is that you're looking up at about a 30 or 40 degree angle directly behind you on both sides. So ideally, you're looking at the same spot. That takes a lot of flexibility. The important thing when you do look up at the moon is that your knees must always, always, always point straight forwards because your toes point straight forward. If you're twisting the knees, you're risking damaging the knees. Keeping the knees safe is more important than twisting. And so when we do this, we first of all turn the pelvis, and there'll be a point where your opposite knee starts to collapse in. That's when you stop, where you stop actually just before that. Then you gently twist your shoulders, and you turn your head to look over your shoulder, and your arms both swing up. Feet stay flat on the floor, and then you untwist everything. The reason for that is that your urinary bladder energy channel basically runs from your head down your back, either side of the spine. It runs back up to your shoulders and then down the legs to the feet. So when you do look up at the moon, you're getting this big twist in the back, in the spine, which is stimulating and opening up that whole urinary bladder channel running up and down either side of the spine. Okay? Then when we do the kidneys, we have this push out from kidney level and this pull in. You're getting a little bit of twist and turn in the kidneys on this one and the kidney channel. And so the kidney channel runs from the feet, the soles of the feet, up the front of the body, over the inguinal crease, and up to just below the collarbone. And so when you do this, if you're keeping your knees pointing straight forward, when you do this twisting and you open and you make your inguinal crease flat and you crease it, you're opening up the channel as it runs over the hip. And this happens in a lot of the exercises, not just pushing palms. But it's good to open up all the channels that run down the front of the leg over the hips because so many people have tight hips that they don't move in the hip joint and have this opening and closing of the hips. Okay? Let's do look up at the moon and pushing palm. Feet shoulder width apart, toes straight forward, the hands are relaxed. So we turn to the left, the hands swing up to the left side, we look up behind us, and we swing forwards and on knees down. Inhale as your hands swing up. Exhale as your hands come forward. Inhale. Exhale. Pushing palm. Swing your hands forward, pull them up to the side. The hands are at kidney level. Press the right hand out as you turn to your left. Turn your hand palm up, pull back as you turn forward. Exhale as your left hand pushes out. Inhale as it pulls back. Exhale. Inhale. And turn your hand palm up, pull back as you turn. Good. So those are your exercises for the urinary bladder and the kidneys out of Shibashi. Let's do 7 steps to a new life. And we want to be focusing on all of our fears, our insecurities, that feeling of loneliness. And remember, we're going to push them out from behind our solar plexus as a dirty gray cloud out to the smaller back, down the backs of the legs, drawing rich gold earth energy up the front to our center. From the natural stance, feet shoulder width apart. Exhale. Inhale, draw rich gold energy up the front of your legs to your center. Exhale the dirty gray of all your fears down the backs of your legs. Inhale the rich gold up the front of your legs to your center. Exhale the dirty gray of all your insecurities down the backs of your legs. Let it go. Inhale the rich gold up the front to your center. Exhale the dirty gray of all your insecurities down the backs of your legs. Inhale the rich gold up the front to your center. Exhale all of your fear, insecurity, loneliness down the back. Inhale the rich gold up the front to your center. Exhale all of your fears down the backs of your legs. Inhale the rich gold up the front to your center. Exhale the dirty gray of all your insecurities down the backs of your legs. Inhale the rich gold up the front to your center. And exhale the dirty gray of all your loneliness down the backs of your legs. And let it all go. Good. So as we improve our wisdom and our confidence by going out and learning things and becoming a wiser person, we can counteract those fears, those insecurities, and that loneliness. So the knowledge that comes with increasing our wisdom counters the fear of the unknown. So keeping yourself learning, keeping yourself educating, being educated, again, is an important part of letting go of all of those fears, okay? The loneliness is a difficult one, but like trying to get out and socialize with people is just a hugely important part of maintaining our health and our well-being. So we've also been looking at the exercises in the 8 pieces of brocade that are associated with the organs. And in the 8 pieces of brocade, the exercise that we do is touching the toes to strengthen the kidneys and the waist. Now, this one, you do have to be judicious in how you do this, depending on, first of all, your balance, because we're going to be leaning over. It can affect your balance. And secondly, from the vertigo aspect of the change in attitude of your head, and also from the blood pressure aspect, from whether you have high blood pressure, whether you have low blood pressure, you have to be careful with this. And also, the terminology for it is escaping me. Hypostatic something or other. When you bring your head up and your blood pressure can't cope, it can't keep it up, and so you get dizzy. You have to be very careful about that. You know, that's one of those things that you need to be careful about when you're getting out of bed. You know, if you have problems with that, with your blood pressure, when you're getting out of bed, you should sit up first. Spend 30 to 60 seconds sitting on the edge of the bed to allow your blood pressure to adjust before you stand up. And then once you stand up, you should spend another 30 to 60 seconds before you start move again to make sure that your blood pressure keeps up with the attitude of your body. Okay, so think about those, and if those are any concern of you, do this exercise sitting down. Okay, again, from the natural stance, back up straight, head up tall, knees relaxed. So we circle our arms up to the sides, and we bring our hands down. We bend our knees. We bring our hands, fingers underneath the toes. We pull up on the toes and we straighten the legs. We bend the knees, we release, and inhale as we circle our arms up. Exhale as we come down. We stop our breathing for a moment as we stretch, and inhale. Exhale. One more. And straighten up. Now, we've also been looking at some acupressure for each of the organs. The most important one for the kidneys is kidney 1. That's the first acupuncture point on the kidney channel, and that is on the sole of your foot. If you think about the ball of your foot, that kidney-shaped, hey, there's a coincidence, that kidney-shaped part that is still in contact when you come up on your toes. And there's a little hollow at the back side of that. Right in there is kidney 1. The other way to find it is if you don't have your shoes on, is if you do the equivalent of this with your feet, it's like you curl your toes towards your heel, is the point that is most in is kidney 1. Funnily enough, if you do it with your hand, it is pericardium 8. Okay? Pericardium 8 is your connection to the energies of the heavens, to the connection of the sun, the moon, the stars. Kidney 1 is your connection to the energies of the earth, of the soil in particular, but also the wind and the water. And we do the main acupressure each time we do a warm-up when we tap the ball of foot. So when we do that tap on the ball of foot, you want to make sure that the shape of your foot is correct. Okay, if you think about what your foot is like when you come up on your toes, or if you're a lady, you're wearing high heels, that shape of the foot. So you want to be stretching the sole of your foot all the way from the toes to the heel. That opens up kidney 1 to allow you to send vibrations up the kidney channel to the kidneys as you tap the foot. And of course, you can massage and press on that. I'm not going to do that here today. And of course, you do both feet. Okay. So some people, when I tell them to tap the foot, will put their foot out and do this. Does it send some vibrations up the kidney channel? Yes, it does. Is it anywhere near as effective? No, it isn't. Okay? So you want to have the sole of the foot bent so that you open up kidney 1. The other good point for the kidneys is kidney 27, which is just below the collarbone, either side of the sternum. And so we do that the very first thing. So when we do our warm-ups, we start with kidney 27, the last energy point on the kidney channel, and we finish with kidney 1, the very first point on the kidney channel. Okay? Now, when we do the warm-ups, we do 4 hands knocking. And when we want to do 4 hands knocking for the kidneys, your back hand comes up to tap the smaller back on the opposite side, not on the spine, on the opposite side, so that we're getting those urinary bladder points that are known as the sea of vitality between the bottom of the rib cage and the top of the pelvis, okay, on either side of the spine. So we're hitting urinary bladder points when we do that. And on the front one, when I warm up, we do the lungs. But if you bring your hand in and you tap on just below the collarbone, if you think about having your thumb the other side of your neck, you're going to hit kidney 27, okay? So we do 4 hands knocking, just start off. We bring the back hand up to tap the smaller back, and the front hand comes up to tap just below the collarbone, either side of the sternum. So this is how you do 4 hands knocking purely for the kidney. Good. And bring your waist to up. The other 2 exercises that we do in the warm-ups for the kidneys are Fair Maiden circles her waist and Fair Maiden circles her hip. So we rub the palms of the hands so that we're activating pericardium 8 to help bring the energies of the heavens and the energy within our body into the palms, and we take those onto the small of the back, onto, again, the sea of vitality, onto those urinary bladder points, and we gently circle our way. Inhaling as we move back, exhaling as we move forward. Inhale, exhale. This is one of my favorite ones to do, especially for my back. If you ask me some of the ones that I do every single day, this is one of them. Change direction. Inhaling as you move back, exhaling as you move forward. Inhale, exhale. One more. Good. Now, for Fair Maiden circles her hips, some people like to have their feet shoulder width apart. Some people like to have their heels and their toes together. And some people like to be somewhere in between. It really doesn't matter. You want to use what works for you. Anecdotally, I seem to have noticed that women tend to prefer feet together and men tend to prefer feet apart, for whatever reason that is. And so you're thinking about the very tip of your tailbone, the tip of your coccyx, and your goal is to make that move in a circle. And so remember, the way we do that is we want to tuck our pelvis. So we're trying to move our tailbone forward. Then we tilt the pelvis to one side. We untuck it and tilt it back. And then we tilt it up to the other side. And sometimes you can do 4 directions like that. And when you get used to it, the goal is to try and smooth that out and make it into a circle. When you get this right, your very lowest lumbar vertebrae will let you know because they will be very happy. Good. Change direction. One more. And that's what I have to share with you on the kidneys today.